Roger. I can't do this right now. I can't do it. I can't save the league right now. I've got my own league to deal with. You worry about your stuff. I'll worry about mine. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I mean, the PSI thing, it didn't work out. I know, I was pulling for you, but this is where we're at, man. I gotta go. I got something coming up. I'll talk to you later. Hit me up next week. All right, cool. Don't forget to send the tickets, too. Perfect, man. And Air Force NFL 1. Okay, great, man. I'll talk to you later. A commissioner's life is always busy, but I made time for you all. Welcome to Notes from the Commissioner's Desk. All right, owners, it's been a while. Welcome back. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but hey, better late than never. And I'm here to give us the quarter recap of where we're at as a league. It's been 4 weeks, and we've seen some really good play, some not so good play. And what we're going to do is we're going to catch up on all of it. We don't have a lot of time, but we're going to make the most of it. And so today, for our 3-point stance, we're going to do things a little bit differently. So instead of going through a countdown of 3 sort of random musings that I'm having as your commissioner, what I'm going to walk you through is the power rankings for the league to this point. Now, every site, every league does a power ranking, and I thought, what could I do to make ours a little bit different, to make ours stand out from the crowd? And as your commissioner, I took a look and I scoured the internet for different ways to deliver this information, and I think I found it. And so today, the way we're going to look at the power rankings are based off of everyone's favorite things in the world. Boy bands. Right? Boy bands? So, what we're going to do is, we got 4 groups of teams, and we've got 4 boy bands. You don't want to be in the 4th, you want to be at number 1. But we're going to get started with the number 4 boy band with the teams at the bottom of the barrel. So, I don't know if anybody even knows any of these guys' songs, but there was this group called LFO at one point. They had a 1 hit, and all of these teams have a 1 win. So, Wookie, I know you've had a lot of injuries, but man, your team absolutely sucks. They're terrible. I hope you get a couple more wins. I don't see it happening. Des Bryant, what are you going to do? You think he's going to be great, and then he gets hurt. That's what happens. You can't trust the Cowboys. They're no good either. All right. Then I feel like last year I picked on you. I'm picking on you again. Alex, are your teams allergic to points? You don't score. I don't know what your game plan is, but the point of fantasy football is to score more points than your opponents, not to let them score more than you. It's a little known detail, and hopefully now that you have this information, you can turn your season around. Last up, hate to do it to you, married IJ and all, but plus or muscle, not this time around. Your team is not showing up. You might need to get double nickels on the line and see if we can help you out, because to this point, you're kind of shit in the bed. All right, next group. This is the 2-2 group. Everybody in the league is 2-2. So we're gonna call this the log jam, the cluster F, if you will. Honestly, when I look at all these teams bunched up at 2-2, there's a good chance that any of these teams could win. They're big and they're strong, just like 98 Degrees. You and I both know in a fist fight, they take down any other boy band. No questions asked. You see the guns on those dudes? They were strong, but also sensitive. And that's what the ladies loved about them. So we're going to talk about these teams really quick. Not even going to hit on all of them, because in the end, we're all kind of stuck in the same area. But I'm going to hit on a few of them. Warder, also known as McGinn East. Your team's doing okay. You're trading your players to the person who drafted your team. What's going on? Collusion. Everyone gave me a hard time about it last year. We're just going to let this fly. That's cool. I see how it is. All right, next up, I got to talk about McGinn and Lucas, the Spice Guy Penziemug. I look at your scores, and you all are scoring lots of points, but unfortunately, so are your opponents. You guys have the most points, and you are at the top of the list in terms of teams scoring the most against you. That's a tough place to be. Last up, and this is going to be a surprise, because when you look at where her ranking is, you're like, man, she's right at the top of the league. But I'm sorry, I cannot, I just cannot agree to celebrate someone who auto drafts their team. Team Montgomery, no, it's not okay. And you've won some of the most ridiculous games so far. You scored 140 points in your first week, and then the next week you scored under 70. What's that about? And you got lucky because you went up against the New England Varnkoffs when they had a bye week. Hey, I'm not saying anything really. I mean, in the end, your record speaks for itself. You're way closer to the playoffs than I am right now. But I think you got to be on the lookout because your team might be a little fraudulent. And you can thank your computer for that. All right, so now we're moving on. We're into the top tier of the league, I guess. And when you think of top tier boy bands, everybody goes to the one, I think that's them, a little N.Sync. And when I think about it right now, Chris Varnkoff, your team is the N.Sync team of this league. You got one trick going for you. And that trick is Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski. And here's the thing, nobody can really stop it. But, Justin Timberlake left N.Sync, and who knows, one of those fools might leave you. There's injuries, you never know. But hey, in the end, when you really think about N.Sync, they're probably the number one band when people really think about it. And I really think, Chris, you got a chance of being the number one team. That 1-2 punch is more than anybody can stop. And, in the end, I hope it's not you, but I think in the end, it's going to be you. I'm pulling for you to lose. Also, side note, Larry Fitzgerald. So I made a terrible bet about Larry Fitzgerald not scoring a bunch of touchdowns this year, which he has. However, I still don't think I'm going to have to eat that boot. I don't think he's going to get there. But Chris, I got to say, I thought he was over the hill. I was wrong. You were right. I guess that's why you're my boss. But in the end, I'm still the commissioner. All right, moving on. All right, anybody who knows me knows when I think about boys bands, my mind immediately goes to one. From my hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the ultimate boy band, Boys to Men. We're not just a boy band, we're a man band. And for me, they had it all. They could sing, they could harmonize, they danced a little bit. And there's one person dancing all over this league. He's doing head spins, he's doing his thing, and that's Mr. Ben. Ben, your team is looking rock solid at this point, and you are definitely the man to beat. In the end, you're still gonna have to watch out for that log jam of us at 2-2, the 98 degrees contingent, and you really got to keep an eye out for Chris Varnkoff, aka Justin Timberlake. Yes, I did just compare Chris Varnkoff to Justin Timberlake. And finally, you never know. LFO did have one hit, and Ben, you don't want that one hit to be you. All right, guys, it's been fun. Here's the thing, I'm gonna sign off. I'm hoping to get to do this again. I don't necessarily like doing it at the quarterlies. It just feels a little too far away. But at the end, no matter what, you will see me at the half point of the year. I wish you all great luck. Unless you're playing me, and then I hope you lose. I hope I score 197 points. I hope you score 3. I want to win. I want you to lose. But in the end, it's all in good fun, except for I really, really want to win. It's not okay. Commish out.